Hey everybody, Drew here from Pella Cars. Super excited to bring you guys this beautiful 2012 Toyota Prius C. It's got 172,915 miles on it, and this is a special value purchase. It has a decent amount of cosmetic flaws, so definitely watch this entire video. I'm going to walk you around the car, show you outside, inside, underneath, and of course take you for a ride. It's important to note before we dive in, this is not a standard Prius. 2010 through 2015 Prius, which is the third generation, they're a 1.8 liter engine. This is a Prius C. It is a 1.5 liter engine, which is carried over from the generation 2 Prius. It's actually called a Toyota Aqua in Japan, where it was and maybe still the best-selling car in that country. It's a fantastic vehicle. Again, this one is a special purchase. It's got some cosmetic flaws. We'll start here on the hood. As you can see, it's got a bunch of scratches that have been touched up. The person who owned this car previously, it's a single owner. They split their time between Pittsford, New York and Washington State. I'm not exactly sure where in Washington State, but it's on the history report, and there was a bunch of Washington State, there was like an easy pass and a whole bunch of other things that support its Washington State history, including how rust-free it is underneath, and we'll get to that. So they took really good care of it. They just unfortunately banged into a lot of stuff. You can see this dent in the front bumper there. Underneath, we'll get you a shot of the front here while we can, and we will get you a much better shot from the back. But as you can see there, maybe I could zoom in for you. I mean, literally like bolts, nuts and bolts that are still, black and silver, just not at all typical on a 12-year-old Rochester car. And that's, again, Washington State. The majority of it doesn't get snow, but it doesn't get extreme heat either, so it's not sun-fried. Those are actually probably the best cars in the country would be, Northwest cars, because they're not exposed to road salt and they're not exposed to heat. On this side of the car, as far as drama, there is that scratch. You can see down by my legs. Hello. Right there, there's a dent, a little, let me see. There you go. I'm going to put my hand in front of that. See it where my fingers are? A decent little door ding there, and the roof has some scratches on it too. All of them except that one on the hood I showed you have been touched up. That, little things like that. Yokahomma tires. You could get tires for $40 for this car. These are like $120 tires. Most of their tread is left. Just the fact that, they had the car for 12 years. It's got 172,000 miles, almost 173, and they still spent the money to put good tires on it. Just really speaks to somebody that cares about their car. It also had a recent oil change at a Toyota. Well, recent. It's about halfway through. It was halfway through its oil change, right from a Toyota dealership. That was Hazleton, actually, and it, of course, has been done again. Every car we send out has a fresh New York State inspection. Not too much negative on the back here, just some very light scratches on the bumper, little cargo scratches and things like that. And again, a just ridiculously clean undercarriage. Moving along, again, the rust-freeness and how well it's cared for is the positive. It does have, all these scratches on it, which is, the cosmetic downside. It's got like a double door ding right there, and the absolute worst of it is they scratched the rocker panel here. There's one little chip where the paint popped off, which I do plan. I have some of a touch-up pen of this paint color. I'm going to get that taken care of before the car leaves, but that's why this is as discount as it is, because that's a decent scratch and dent right there, as is this one, which they touched up. Absolutely wonderful car. Doesn't affect the way it drives. Of course, by all means, if it's not for you, no worries, but definitely a good value for somebody that doesn't mind the cosmetics. The inside is consistent with something that's never been eaten in. It is ridiculously clean. Definitely not a smoker's car, and I don't even, like I said, think they ate in it. There's that one little stain on the driver's seat, but everything's just in wonderful. I mean, look at the floor mats. That just underneath them is just as perfect as well, as you see there. Just an absolutely wonderful car. And as a company that actually imports a lot of cars from Japan, U.S. law, they have to be 25 years old, so they're nothing newer like this, but 90s cars, just things like this are super common in Japan, and they're not in the United States. Just all this like extra storage, Down there is a stain, and you can see it where my thumb is. See that right there? That is a stain. One would think that would wipe off. It will not. I'm going to take another swing at that when it goes back to the shop for its final prep for delivery. Door cards are just in absolutely wonderful condition. The back, there was one spot. Let's see if we could find that. Right there, a little frayed spot right in the dead center of your screen, but just in absolutely wonderful condition. Even the headliner is perfect. We'll go back. This should come off as well too. That was missed when it was prepped for sale. It's sunscreen is what that is. Usually that's what that is. Let's take a look here. Cargo area looks like it was never used. These seats, this comes out of here. That's to protect so people can't see through the back and see your cargo. Kind of important to have. The back seats, they fold flat. You could fit a ton of stuff inside of it. Not as much as a Generation 2 or 3, but you know, for how this car is really fun to drive. It's plenty zippy. It gets awesome gas mileage, and it is absurdly comfortable for an economy car. As you see here again, just absolutely perfect. It's very rare to see these seats in this condition. So while we have a previous owner that was, you know, unfortunately parked with the Braille method, they really took good care of their car, which is awesome, because that's, you know, what will make it last and last. Little dents and scratches don't affect longevity. Rust does. Again, a rust-free car, so that's awesome. I'm gonna start it up for you. It does have a key. It's not a push-button start. You just turn it like a regular car. You put it in and crank, but it doesn't crank because it's a hybrid, of course. And let's see here. No warning lights, by the way. That yellow light, that's just saying that the passenger's airbag is off. If I put weight on that, let me see, I might be able to, just to demonstrate. A lot of newer Toyotas have that. Let me see here. Well, if you sit there, that light would say airbag on. That's just because this has stage 2 airbags, which determine whether or not there are occupants. So again, we got 172,915 miles. I'm going to take you guys out on the road here and get you up to some highway speeds and then get on the brakes. The acceleration is extremely smooth. So Generation 2 Prius was a lot larger than this. Had this same engine, not exactly this powertrain. It's a little bit more developed than that, but it's got plenty of power. So this engine, if you will, and the majority of this powertrain did well in a much heavier car. So in this thing, it just zips right along. I mean, we're already going, you know, almost 60 miles per hour. It's perfect. I'm gonna get on the brakes here. And as you see, it doesn't shake. My other hand's here. It doesn't shake, shimmy, pull, anything like that. Just an absolutely perfect car if you could get past its cosmetic flaws. We certainly could, which is why we bought it. It's a great value for someone. And yeah, I'm Drew. I hope this video was helpful. If you want to buy this car, you could do so through the website, www.pellacars.com. But we would love to meet you in person and have you test drive it the traditional way. You could set up your appointment to do so also at www.pellacars.com, or just call me. My name's Drew, 585-771-0111. And if this video was just entertaining or helped in your car shopping elsewhere, and you want to see more like it, you could subscribe to this channel and turn on notifications. That's the only thing we use it for. So if you find these videos entertaining, go ahead and do that. We'd appreciate it. And of course, if you liked it or if it taught you anything, please give it a thumbs up. That helps the internet know that it is good content. And as time goes by, as decades roll by, these videos will be nice to watch to see cars that by then have long since gone. So anyways, I'm Drew. I really do appreciate your time. Hope you have a wonderful day and looking forward to meeting you. Thank you. Bye.